So not only was my speculation of last week's Raw bad, or the guys at the After Rope show, or the guys at Renegade of Wrestling, or Sean's View Entertainment, but as we all know, I guess now, is that the WWE Raw of last week was bullshit, and the ratings were low. So this week kind of made it so that it would be a lot more easy. It would be a bit better than last week. So let's see what happened. So John Cena came out in the beginning, saying a bunch of stuff about how he's happy to be back for a little bit, whatever. Then teasing about having AJ, wanting to date AJ later, who wouldn't. Um, then he started talking about CM Punk and the Hell in a Cell match. Um, that was pretty much an interesting promo, but then Ryback came out, and then him and John Cena had a bit of a stare down. So Ryback came out in the first match of the night to take on the Colon brothers, and JBL finally mentions Carlos, or Carlito. Or was it Carlos? I think it was Carlos, who's the father of both Carlito and Epico. So, and the uncle of Epico. Or, no, whatever. The point was, it was an okay match. Then we had Brodus Clay versus R-Truth, but I skipped it because it was bullshit. I knew exactly what was going to happen because I watched Raw on Tuesday, and it was basically a waste of time. This whole little Jimmy thing is getting a little bit out of hand, in my opinion. So, it's just another one of those 3-hour, let's see how much time we can waste. Then we had what was probably the highlight of the night. It certainly was talked about a lot afterwards. CM Punk interrupted McMahon's state of address. McMahon basically said, yeah, I mean, we do have those types of shows where it's gonna suck. But, that's the way it is. Some win, some lose. So then CM Punk came out with Paul Heyman and basically said, you know what, you've been cutting me up, you've been taking me down, you've been screwing me over, and you slapped me in the face a bunch of times, figuratively. So then CM Punk then literally slapped McMahon in the face, and his wrinkly 67-year-old ass fell on the floor and went boom. So then McMahon was like, alright, well, you're gonna challenge me to a match in the main event tonight. Which never, well, we'll get to that. Then we had Rey Mysterio and Mystico Sin Cara come out, and they took on the Primetime Players to advance to the #1 contendership for the tag team titles. Basically, a great match. I like both competitors. It's too bad that the Primetime Players didn't get their shot when they could have, when they face Hell No. But the fact is that Mystico and Ray are they dress like a real tag team should. They are in sync with each other. They both come from that Mexican luchador background. So there you go. Then we went on to Sheamus versus Wade Barrett and of course disqualification due to Big Show and Tenzay. So we really don't know what the hell that was about. Well, I guess we'll know next week. I can't really say it was a good match because it didn't last very long. Then U.S. champion Antonio Cesaro defeated Tyson Kidd. Makes a makes him look, like a good heel, and looking a lot powerful as the U.S. champion. Um, then we had WWE champion Hell No defeated Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler. Um, Again, I think Kane and Bryan are a good tag team. I don't know if they should have won the tag team champions right away, but it was a good match. Really enjoyed the team of Ziggler and Del Rio. They they meshed well. They tried as much as they could to keep Daniel Bryan away from Kane as they beat the crap out of him. Then we had Miz guest star on Larry King Now. I guess Larry King's got a new show. I don't follow Larry King, but I guess he's got a new show. And so Kofi Kingston came out, and we had Larry King and Larry King's now wife, coming out, and then bunch of stuff happened. They talked smack. Then we went to the Rhodes Scholars defeating Santino Marella and Zack Ryder to advance to the WWE Championship. So next week it'll be the Rhodes Scholars versus Team Mexico. Awesome. That's what I want to see. One of the two great tag teams that will go at it next week. It should be awesome. Yeah, it really should be. And after the match, the band came out. Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, and of course, yours truly, the one-man band, the Heath Slater. I don't know why this is a thing. Heath Slater is the one-man band, but now it's the band. I really like the fact, though, that they have Drew McIntyre and, act better than he was. Because, before he was just a... He wrestled great, he didn't really have a personality. Fucking love the theme music, though. But he needed a personality, and I think joining this team, it works for him, I guess. Then we had Divas champion Eve defeating Caitlyn. Caitlyn, of course, being the bodybuilder that she is. Celeste Bowden is quite possibly, as well as she is attractive, she's also a fucking powerful woman, picking Eve up like that. But of course, because her arm or her leg is broken or sprained or whatever it was, she lost the match to Eve. So hopefully we'll see a match down the road. Not now, but down the road. And of course, Layla was on commentary. And after the match, she kind of pushed Eve. Then we came to the main event. I don't know why I'm saying this, but you know what? Fuck it. Seeing a 67-year-old man do a suicide dive from the ring onto the table onto CM Punk. I don't know why, but that kind of made my day. And I didn't think this match was gonna be the best, but with the dueling kendo sticks, that was pretty cool. But it was what we all would have thought it was gonna be. It was kind of, Ryback coming in and saving the day. It didn't really turn into a match. It was just a fight. So no one really won. It was just, a big fight, and then Ryback came in and kicked ass. And one of the things that happened, though, before I get to that, McMahon gave CM Punk an ultimatum for Hell in a Cell. Is he going to face John Cena or Ryback? I'm pretty sure it's going to be John Cena. I don't know what's going to happen there. But I'm pretty sure it's already settled with John Cena. And hopefully, if John Cena doesn't win, then fuck it. That's all the chances that boy gets. But what was interesting was later, the aftermath of Raw. Really kind of interesting. You have a guy like Phil Brooks, CM Punk, who's a wrestler, who fucking gets the job done. Then he gets up there with the crowd, and some guys who, I don't know if they were drinking, I don't know what happened, but they decided to push and kick CM Punk as he was up there. And of course, CM Punk being a heel, I don't know if he went too far, but you know what, who cares? I think that's the thing that, I watched this thing recently with pissed off celebrities, and they handle things because the security guards don't know how to do anything. The bottom line is, if you are a WWE superstar, wrestler, or whatever you want to call it, or you are a musician, or whatever, and you put your hands on somebody, it sucks. And if they put their hands on you, then it sucks even more. See, that's why guys like Edge and Christian they stopped going through the crowd, because they felt like they were being mobbed. But yeah, maybe CM Punk should have handled things maybe a little different. But at the same time, that guy got what he deserved. He was going to press charges, but at the last minute decided not to. You know, that was smart, but, CM Punk apologized, saying his got severely hurt, and we move on. But, you don't hit them, they don't hit you. That should never happen. But anyhow, that's about it. Bye.